Yeah. When you don't know what you're gonna do, and you're down and out, they're there for you. They be at the spot, they care for you. Oh, where for you? Yeah, they there for you. When you got good news, they win with you. Got a different view, still in with you. They stay with you, every day for you. Through the highs and lows, they stay for you. Oh, it's so nice to feel appreciated, and to know that it's real. We're gonna fight every fight as a collective. We're gonna do just what's right as a collective. We're gonna move as one, never quit till it's done. Stay focused and selective, Atlas Collective. Through the stormy skies, they fight for you. When the world denies, they lie for you. They rock with you, on the block with you. Yes, they tick-tock and lock with you. When things go wrong, they there for you. You haven't known them long, and they're there for you. Always standing strong, they stand with you. So grand with you, yeah, they band with you. Oh, it's so nice to feel appreciated, and to grow something real. We're gonna fight every fight as a collective. We're gonna do just what's right as a collective. We're gonna move as one, never quit till it's done. Stay focused and selective, Atlas Collective. We're gonna fight every fight as a collective. We're gonna do just what's right as a collective. We're gonna move as one, never quit till it's done. Stay focused and selective, Atlas Collective. Fight.
Hold on, let me refill my cup.
Speak to my soul, speak to my soul. Speak to my soul, speak to my soul. Wake up to the take up, time for a shake up. Everything is changing, there's a real wake up. Mr. Wise is way ahead. Go back, listen to what he said. Truth being told, expose the lie. The brand new sky is something you can't deny. This is the reason why. My soul's on fire. My soul's on fire. It's like the light moving up higher. My soul's on fire. On fire. Turn up, it's getting hot. So
They still ain't do it like us.
we're being taught the past,
Past,
future,
future.
and the now you will
Talk to 'em.
understand it.
Listen.
You allow Mr.
Mr. Wise will talk you
He's
through.
gonna take that walk with you. He can give you the notes, let your spirit reply. You will feel why. My soul's on fire. My soul's on fire. It's like the light moving up high. My soul's on fire. On fire.
do it.
Speak
Speak,
to my soul.
speak,
Speak to my soul. Speak to
speak,
my soul.
speak.
Speak to
Hey, in order for y'all to truly understand the journey, we have to go back, right? Because we've been over on YouTube since December of last year, right? We haven't been on YouTube long. We're coming up on our, I guess, YouTube anniversary or whatever you want to call it, coming up this December. And a lot of stuff took place on YouTube since then. And a lot of things that people should be talking about, they're not talking about anymore, right? A lot of the cases that was brought up, a lot of this whole madness that was brought up, these lawsuits that was coming out. You guys remember the lawsuits that was coming out, right? All the way up into the point where the Jaguar name got implemented in a lawsuit, right? Where she was the one who told somebody to use a remote. You know, Drewski was involved, all of this stuff. But nobody looked at the people that were behind all of this, the ones who made the money and just got out the way, right? For instance, why ain't nobody talking about this guy, Chris Todd? Huh? He made money off the books. He made money off of, the whole Diddy thing. But see, Chris Todd did say something that was very interesting. Chris Todd, Chris, whatever he changed his name to, right? He said that these people are going down anyway. Why not throw as much stuff on them as possible, see what you can make and get out of there? But this is the interview that he did with AT2, who seems to be also involved with the fuckery, trickery, and whatever means they're using to make money on YouTube. Now, we started to do a deep dive to see who all these players was truly involved, but it's a lot of them, right? And they're using YouTube to attack real people, real lives, defamate character, and then when you go against them, they try to get your page shut down, or if you try to put a lawsuit against them, it's hard because they're using these aliases. They don't want to see. The great thing about America is you have the right to face your accuser. So with all of this defamation of character out there, all of these people slandering people's names, so on and so forth, I can't wait to find out real names of some of these personas, right? Because the level of attacks that they're making are attacks on real men, right? Because all of these are like people who are in that community, the community that we thought was 1%. It's not 1% anymore. The percentage of people that's fighting for that community is greater because it allowed, certain predatory people to hide in that community, right? So now the community got the people that's in the community that's making the community look bad. And then you have the predatory people that's hiding in that community to keep the predatory things going, right? It's mayhem, it's madness, and it's a lot of monsters in this world. And this 2025, 2026, it's about to reveal a lot of monsters to us, right? You guys see what's happening with the 3-Eye Atlas, right? You guys see that they're, pushing out some idea of fear. Trump and them trying to make it seem like they're in peace, that they got this stuff all figured out. That's just a show. Remember, they think that they can trick the beings that's out there, right? The same way that they tricked us, right? By giving us an illusion of peace, giving us an illusion, right? It's just telling us they signed a document of peace when really they probably doing heinous shit in the other hand, right? So they're just going to give us this illusion. They really think that they can broadcast an idea of peace and it will soothe the people that are coming into this atmosphere to observe us. Not atmosphere, our solar system, whatever you want to call it, right? We were supposed to have something figured out by now. We were supposed to have a greater level of understanding, right? But the greedy ones manipulated us, turned us into, consumer digest, and now we just basically doing what the animals do down here. We didn't take heed to the signs of their nation. We didn't do anything that the Bible told us to do. We didn't turn the other cheek. We wasn't trying to be the better person. We did the eye for an eye thing. We did, whatever you do to me, I'm going to do to you. We didn't let God, be the karma. We took it upon ourselves to give people karma down here. Be honest with yourself. A lot of people walking around, they're looking for a subject to be mad at. They're looking for something to take some anger out on. A lot of you guys transgress, and do things differently in this world that's not according to righteousness or having discipline over the flesh, right? So now here we are stuck in this cycle. And I just want to go backwards just to show you guys that this is a cycle and they are repeating the same thing. None of these characters that you see, witness, or watching every day on YouTube shows any growth in anything that they're doing, right? All these years they've been on here, people are still living in their uncle's basement. People are still on the run, jumping from hotel to hotel, still trying to do mukbucks at, Chinese restaurants because they can't eat at American restaurants, scared to be recognized and somebody might call the police on them. We are almost a year since I came over to YouTube and observed this stuff, right? And the same shit is still happening. How? What's going on with the nonprofit organizations? Why haven't we heard any girl groups or anything like that? Why haven't anybody dropped any new music, right? These people are still on here doing the same shit, using you, baiting you, getting your attention so they can get currency to not build anything, but just to keep on using the drugs that they're using, right? Alcohol, whatever, right? Some of them making sure that they get to the casino once a month, right? Putting thousands of your dollars back into the same system that they claiming to be against, right? The same system, investing in UGG dealers, investing in pimps. That's all Jaguar Wright talk about, is everywhere she goes, she always knows the pimps, the hoes, and the dealers. How is that? Where's the executives? Where's the business people at that's supposed to be in your circle? You know none of them. You know hood, ghetto, pimps, hoes, prostitutes, so on and so forth. If you guys can't say that we're living in an upside down world, if you guys can't say, you don't want to admit it. This is why I just go and sit on TikTok and play the game, because you guys are stuck in a repetitive notion of doing the same shit and wanting a different outcome, and you guys don't want to be honest about it. You don't want to be honest about it. At least I switch up the shit that I do just so I won't get stuck in this fucking repeated habit. It's nasty. You guys are stuck in it. You guys go to the gas station, attitudes. You walk in, the clerk got an attitude. You come out, everybody got sarcasm on their tongue. Everybody want to try to be smart-mouthed. You tell somebody they doing a good job, I know I'm doing a good job. Okay, motherfucker. And then as soon as you don't tell them they doing a good job, that same person sitting there wondering, well, I wish somebody tell me I'm doing a good job. But when somebody try to pay your ass the compliment, you got a sarcastic, smart-ass mouth about it. That's all we living in. A world full of fucking sarcasm. Everybody wants to sit there and let their feelings and emotions be more important than everybody else's feelings and emotions, but everybody want to act like they only about feelings and emotions. Well, if you all about feelings and emotions, how the fuck you don't recognize other people's feelings and emotions? How the fuck is we in a world where everybody is only caring about their own feelings and emotions, but can't observe the other persona's feelings and emotions? Asinine and fucking redundant. But y'all claim that y'all are empathic. Y'all claim that y'all are have empathy, right? I don't even understand how to bring knowledge and wisdom back to this world anymore, because y'all praise ignorance so much. Y'all praise the shuck and jiving so much. Y'all praise the entertainment dance so much. Y'all praise money so much. I don't even know how to get us back on a intellectual path, on a path of knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. They're not giving us they're not giving us no fucking idols of this magnitude. None. Fucking NBA young boy got the key to the city in Atlanta. He's not even from Atlanta. He's from New Orleans. So how the freak did he get the key to the city in Atlanta, right? That's first and foremost, right? Then he just posed as a fucking drug dealer in order to get a bunch of prescriptions of Perk 30s. How the fuck did he get the key to the city, right? This is the ideal image that they got us looped and wrapped around in. And y'all can't tell me that our kids didn't pick up on it, because monkey see, monkey do. And they played us in that mindset. So now we don't praise the intellectual beings of one another. We praise the ignorance, the not knowings, the dumbs, the ones who just want the alcohol and only can think to their next high. That's realized. And you want youth don't. That's why I teach them nothing different, because wisdom and knowledge is not praised in its color is praising this. But hey, who am I? Right now, a lot of y'all don't want to come up to the page and actually hold this level of conversation. Right? What y'all want to do is y'all gonna watch this later on, and then y'all gonna use it for y'all talking points. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna watch this later on and then go try to host a live, because a lot of y'all don't really give a fuck about the change. Y'all give a fuck about how can y'all make yourself look important, right? The same Jaguar right effect bullshit. The way I made myself in this world is I just made everybody else feel like they wasn't important. And here we are at the Atlas family, Atlas Network, telling everybody else that they are great, right? That nobody's more important than them, right? And y'all can't even see the amount of love that we passing along. Why? Because when we came with the love is love thing, everybody decided to turn that shit down. Fuck love is love. We don't want that love is love. We don't want that love is love. And we continue to do the same thing. Show the amount of love that everybody else should have. We continue to do the same thing. And when motherfuckers attacked us, we didn't attack them back. We said, okay. We laughed at them. We made jokes, right? And we moved out their way so they can go destroy themselves, right? Now, when people was ready to learn, we gathered a small collective. When people was ready to see shit for what it really was, we gathered that small collective, right? And we're still moving strong in that small collective. Yeah, we relocated. Yeah, we changed Discords because we realized what y'all was doing in our Discord, right? We realized that y'all was planting these, fraudulent people in the Discord, right? I can go back and show numerous messages where I got messages from transgenders who tried to create problems and say, oh, are you okay with me being in your Discord? As if I should have a problem with them. You the one that want to come in and announce yourself. I don't even know what the is. I don't even know how, and don't care how you sling it, right? They announced themselves on some gang mentality shit. Come in and herself in the room, so on and so forth, right? And then expect you to be all this or that. Like, listen, I don't give a fuck what you doing with whatever you doing with whatever you doing with. If you're here for knowledge, if you're here for wisdom, then that's what the fuck we here for. We're not trying to trauma bond, but what they do, they put a bunch of people in there to trauma bond, right? You know why? You know why they did it. I can show you right now why they did that in the Discord. Let's go to Discord real quick. Let's go to the Discord real quick. Let's go to the old Discord. We got to go to the old Discord, right? And we go to the old Discord. Y'all remember that room that was called the Petty Pocket? Yeah, that's the one that they scared of. This room right here. This room right here shook their ass up because you could come here and get all of the bullshit that was going on, all the stuff that people didn't want to look up on them, all the backdrop stuff that people didn't want to look at. We had right here, right? In the petty pocket, right? And this is what they were scared of. This is why they did so much to attack the Discord, right? Because this one little room right here that was exposing everything, right? Every little bullshit that was going on, we was like, okay, this is exposed. The fake crying in the car.
As Salesforce admins, we have 5 core responsibilities, and one of them is providing action.
Okay, we're not going to listen to that because that's irrelevant. You know, all of this fake ass shit that was going on. Look how dirty that motherfucker do-rag look wrapped around his head. Look how dumb this motherfucker look, right? All of the bullshit that was going on, right? We was posting this shit on they top. When they came over here and they tried to paint the false picture, when they had She Paint come into the damn Discord with her rhetoric, and then all of her pages disappeared, right? We had all of this shit. We was posting all of this shit. Everything we was exposing. You know, we was pointing out all of it. The dirty, dingy bra, the stuck uniforms, right? These characters. These are all characters. We were the experiment. We were the experiment. All these people are characters on the internet doing shit for money. They not trying to change the world. They not trying to better the world. None of that shit. They out here trying to get $1 so they can go to the next bar, so they can go to the next get high, so they can chase the next dragon. They not out here doing what you think they doing. Change is not about to come from this shit. Now, I can get all of this stuff in here, and certain other people that can get back into this room can get all of this stuff in here. But we've been exposing this stuff, right? We've been exposing them. You know, Maggie, the dog, the you know, going all the way back to her fake connection, her fake love connection with Murph, who was scamming people, right? From Plotter, you know, all of these different players that plays in the background of people's real life. Vampire, right? Danny Giggles gives Psych Ward. Danny is Ralph's queen, sister wife. She said black T sector. Now he in the black T sector. Look, these is people that repeatedly play the same game over and over again. Act like they support this person, they rock with this person, but this is the shit that we was catching all on the back end, right? This is why we had the petty pocket, so we can keep each other informed on the backbiters. This is why we had the discernment that we had, so we can keep each other informed on the fuckery, on the games that they were playing, right? This is why we created the Discord, right? To keep each other eyes peeled for the dumb shit, right? This is all they wanted. We need to get them to delete that whole Discord. Why? Because we was posting facts, right? From the manipulation going on, Tara manipulating with her messages back and forth, right? Trying to say something is off. It shows Zay streaming, right? Remember, we were streaming in the Discord constantly, right? This is what they wanted us to stop. Stop the conversation that was taking place in the Discord. Stop whoever was streaming there live in the Discord when we was watching it, breaking it down in real time, right? The Hey Ralph, Zay is hijacking your stream, and she is streaming the not stuff to that how whatever, right? And when we found out this was bullshit, and this was a game that they were playing, right? I'm here for you. I'm not going to mod for Donat anymore after what he did to you, right? All fucking bullshit. All sick games that was paid for by the following so they can keep entertainment, so they can keep something going. This was a good. That was a good, right when we put that. That was funny. How about this person? How about the Brandies? Certain people down at the table with those people have her boyfriend call me and attack me, right? And I laughed at him. I sent game, right? On TikTok, got numbers on TikTok, right? 1,000 followers, 3,000. So forth, right? Husband's account over there on TikTok, right? These people are faking spirituality, faking like they want, this and that. And they are playing in our face all the way back since I've been over here in December. Since I've been over here in December, we've been noticing this. Why is it telling me unstable connection? I'm gonna have to internet and make sure we got the highest, because he keeps saying unstable connection. But this is the games that were being played, right? The fact that this person that was making like he had this for himself, right? I got to figure out what's going on with the connection, because it's on the other phone and nothing else is on the house. So it has to be like literally somebody like got my information. That's why I stopped. That's you got people. Maggie with the that's why I say, man, these people are not real. Her big brother, Big Hungry C. I won't give these people the idea to think that they control somebody's life like that. You can't give these people that type of. They not even in. Jaguar Wright is looking over her shoulder everywhere. She walking around talking about freedom of truth and ain't standing in no type of damn truth, right? On the damn run, right? And let's not even include the mental health therapist that she sent everybody to in order to gain information about them.
That's where he said he got that flash drive from. He said this on the Sean.
You see that part right there? You see the part where he points at his nose and he starts twisting his hand like that? See, a lot of people don't know sign language. YouTube. A lot of you could look it up. Look this up. This is the sign language term for nigga. This is how when you go like this. Somebody, the N word. That's the N word in sign language. Do you see the move that he's doing with his finger and his nose? Any deaf person, sign language, put two fingers on the side of their nose and they're going to wiggle them, right? Look at what he's doing. Here's why I say it's better to just learn a bunch of shit.
In 2008, from Shakir Stewart, the music executive. That's where he said he got that flash drive from. He said this on the Sean Atwood channel.
You see that move that he doing with his hand and his nose? That's calling somebody the N word. That's now, Granted, he do got one finger. He might be able to say it's something else. You need two fingers in order to you put two fingers on the side of your nose right there and you shake it like that. And that is I had a sister that was deaf, so I had to learn a lot of different stuff. And just like any other nature boy. And but where is Chris Todd? You probably right for shame. Where is Chris Todd? Ariel's involved heavy, yes. Carter was shouldn't want nothing to do with Atwood if you knew that he was produced the drama for Atwood to show to keep on going. He's the back end bullshitter. He's the send you a text message and watch you respond to it. Like y'all knew he wasn't about to get fired. What content creator JD? Oh, Just D. I know just it's a clown face.
Here membership, there membership, everywhere membership. But the one
Hey,
that made it,
when she mentioned the gamer, she's talking about me. When she mentioned the gamer, she's talking about me. She can't say my name anymore, so she's like, the one thing that's getting me is this gamers. They get in your head, they analyze you. This is what they wasn't liking about me. This is in the Freeman, the trying to rock that they signed to Rock Nation. He signed a distribution deal. What the fuck is the difference between a deal and a Rock Nation member, right? Didn't Danny Roberts told y'all truth, and then when he had connections to make it seem like the fuck does it matter? Rock Nation, whatever video person shouting out Rock Nation in video like that, right? So videos of this person shot, so on and so forth. She tried to do some technical bullshit. This is how you know Danny Robinson about to go down and end of this year. Mark my end of this year. Danny Robinson. That's why they fucking down. Dropping. I'm connected wired to the internet right now, but my signal keep getting interfered with. Through you. When they get you on StreamYard, they get you to come to the phone. Their AP technology technician, dumbass. This is why he tried to get me to the phone, right? On his live. Y'all remember when he tried to be on the phone on live by sending me to to the right? I use my old phone, right? So I use my phone, right? Whatever this is, I use my old phone to get on there with him, right? So whereas StreamYard, the interference that's coming in, they fuck with your Steam, right? So this is how they play. This is why you see them in the backyards of your Steam, see them connect to your Steam. You see them in the backyard, like you see them in the back doing, see them pop up at the bottom of your StreamYard. See, they thought I might have been doing StreamYard from the phone. Didn't know that I had all this stuff set up. Didn't know that I was actually involved in the technology that I'm using. Most of these people got 3 phones in their hand, pressing some buttons from the phone or a laptop, making it seem like they doing great shit and understand everything that's going on. Nah. We did our study. We did our research. Before we even stepped out here, we already analyzed and basically hyper analyzed all this shit. We was pointing out the shit that they didn't want to point out, right? The Christmas party, the Ronnie Bo looked like he was sacrificing his daughter, showing them to the group of people that we know mess with kids. Why is Jaguar not trying to sell fidget spins and autistic kids anymore? I mean, autistic toys. Y'all remember when she gave a shout out to that fake fraudulent internet page that mom and whatever toys? Where's that at? These was all fake promotional pages to try to gather autistic-based kids. Why? Because Jaguar knows she can manipulate the mind of autistic-based kids. Look at the history. Regina Gold, autistic. Her own son, autistic, right? All of these people she played on, spectrum-based. Even Maggie admits that she's spectrum-based and allowed herself to get played on by Jaguar.
My supporters were threatening them and harassing them. They were just getting everybody.
She's in the chat.
Hey, sis. So when I think about all of that, and then the instant turn, why now? The alley story was still storying. Why burn it all down now?
Excellent question.
Maybe you thought that it was corrupted. You needed. Maybe you needed to burn it down because you thought maybe someone else was getting control of the story.
You see how she's telling on herself? It's the same thing. It never stopped. Right? Listen to Courtney Burgess for a second. Watch this. I gotta go. I think I recorded that live. I gotta go back and watch that. See? He said he know it for facts. He's seen it on videos of her making her son do this stuff.
Disgusting sexual things about you. Come on.
No, I have to. Sure.
People have come on and said things.
Sure.
You have a right. For example, you said she's hacking people's phones. What proof
Mushera.
What proof do you have of that?
He said Mushera, yeah. Mushera. Yeah.
Give her respect, call her Jack. Her name is Mushera.
Yeah, your name is Mushera from now on. See that? We've been pointing all of this out. You guys remember? We've been pointing all of this out. That she was hacking people's phones, that they were using emails in order to, get to people, get their info, right? Because through the email system, you have their email account name, right? Then all you got to do is basically try to get them to give up their, test questions, right? Oh, yeah, you don't even know what your dog name is, so on and so forth. Where you live at, and, what was your street name in Camden, New Jersey, so on and so forth. Then why they try to pick at you and try to find out shit about your life so that way they can get the information that they need in order to hack your accounts, right? They send other people at you that gets your phone number, verify that it's your phone number, right? So on and so forth, email, so on and so forth. Then the next thing you know, your Facebook is the first thing that they hit because Facebook is easy. So they'll hit your Facebook first, right? Once they get your email account, then what they do, they start manipulating greatly. Yeah, these is master manipuladippers, right? You hear Courtney Burgess, Courtney is telling on them right now. He's telling on them. Remember, we was here for all of it. We watched. We knew Shane and Ron was going to fall out. We pointed out all of this shit. Everything that took place, we pointed out already. One's in the chat if you understand. We just didn't want to get caught in that energy. See, as multi-dimensional beings, right? We know that we can operate in these lower dimensions, but we never want to get stuck in these lower dimensions. So even when we do engage with these entities and give them their same energy, right? We always shake out of that low vibrational energy and go back into our higher vibrational selves. We don't stay and fester in that low vibration. That's where they rule at. That's where they win at. Feelings, emotions, manipulating your feelings and emotions. How are you supposed to respond? Right? Think about it. It's like an interrogation, right? When certain things is said in the interrogation, it's supposed to show a physical effect on you, on your face. Your feelings and emotions are supposed to change based off the point of the investigation or the interrogation. So therefore, they know based off of that how you act. Right? If someone say, "Oh, your mom passed," and so on and so forth, you're supposed to be crying, hysterical, and then they can say that's an action that resembles somebody who's taking that information, right? But if you act null and void, they'll say he didn't even take the information well. When we said it, he just sat there and stared. And then they'll put you on a damn list for leading suspects. We let them into the Discord. We already knew what was going on. We told them to come to the Discord, right? So when everything took place in the Discord, we watched the manipulation. You know, I was over in Danny Robinson Discord. You know what happened? I got kicked out of Danny Robinson Discord, all out the blue. The Knot did a little video talking about, you know, my criminal past, trying to make fraudulent accusations about shit, right? And then all of a sudden I get kicked out. That's how I knew I was being targeted, because before we even went to the Freeman situation, I got kicked out of Danny Robinson Discord. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. And then all of a sudden, Lady Leticia tried to send me a message talking about something. I think I'm going to create my own Discord or something, because we said that we put the Lady Leticia room together. Y'all remember in the old Discord, we put the Lady Leticia room together, right? So we were trying to, you know, build her up, right? She sent me a message. I think I'm going to start my own Discord. Huh? But before that, she's sending me all these messages. Right? People don't realize this is why I don't say anything, right? This is why I don't need to say anything, because everything is already right here. You know what I'm saying? The phone calls from powwow, so on and so forth, right? Man, it's just so much. It's so much. You know what I mean? You know, even going back to messages from people that I sent money to, right? If we go back, this was Essie Berry, who literally was the first person that we contacted in December, right? It's the first person we contacted back in December to try to help her. But I guess due to the fact that Essie Berry might be, you know, facing charges or something, maybe somebody's holding something over her head, you know, due to all of that stuff, Essie Berry backed away. You know what I mean? Remember, we was playing Essie Berry's music over here when she did the diss track on Jaguar. You know, we was playing her music over here, everything. She dipped out, right? Then you had the Brandies that popped up. Let's not forget the Marias, the crazy ass Marias that popped up, right? Following us on TikTok, so on and so forth, right? So these are different characters, if you ask me. I don't know which ones might have been real, but these was characters right here. You know, the QQs that was sending, you know, voice messages of shit. Huh? That's why I say y'all got to be excuse me. That's why I say y'all got to be kidding me. That's why I say y'all got to be kidding me. This ain't real.
All right, so I'm going to stay out of the chat for now because I'm not sure if you're talking to me or not. I am under the belief that if anyone has a problem with me, that they'll say it directly to me. They'll say my name. They'll message me. They'll call me, whatever, and be like, yo, Peter, check this, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not sure if the vibe that you're giving right now in the complete chat is for me or not, but because of the fact that I care and I appreciate the space that you've created, and I also am trying to learn and grow, I want to ask directly if this is what's going on, because of the fact that I know that you have not received me or my humor in the way that I intended it previously. So it might be me, I'm not sure. Please do not assume that I'm trying to be an asshole or something. I'm really not. And like I said before, we might just be apples and oranges, which is fine. My brother is an apple and I'm an orange too. So I'm trying to figure out and learn, because I see that your intention is to help and heal and teach. And in that method of teaching, I'm asking, what is it about me? Okay? Please understand that.
Now, how can someone tell you that they see your message is to heal and teach and so on and so forth, right? And you notice I never responded to this person, like really responded. You see all these messages that were sent. I never really responded to this person. She really was having conversations with herself, right? It's up here. I was responding. She asked me how to get her book out there because she writes children's book on Amazon, right? So up here I was responding. She was asking for genuine advice, right? So I respond. I say, look, Facebook or ads or on social media or promoting it on other people's pages, right? That was the most she got out of me, was when she was asking for that advice. Everything else was her pretty much holding a conversation with herself to create a narrative, right? I overlooked all of that shit. I understood what the fuck was going on before any of these personas understood what the fuck was going on. Do you get what I'm saying? I understood what the fuck was going on before any of them understood what the fuck was going on, right? But I overlooked a lot of shit. And the reason why I overlooked a lot of shit was because it wasn't for me to get into it with these people. It wasn't for me to go back and forth with them. You get what I'm saying? These different people that popped up trying to tell me, oh, you need to go and do a one with Lamisha and da 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 and what? None of this stuff was for me. The idea of what was going on, DJ Genesis, all of them, this was for their, for their benefit. This was for them. And you go back down memory lane, in the petty pocket. Y'all can't go back down memory lane, but I can always go back down memory lane. We was exposing all types of shit about these people, from the Knot and his, fake movie that he did to the ads that he got over in China, They didn't want us breaking down, they didn't want us to do that. They didn't want us doing that. That's why they started putting the fake. That's why this is why this happened. You know what I mean? This is why they started trying to put stuff out there like this, so on and so forth, right? Using certain variations of information to try to create certain narratives of conversation in order to try to get me disemplacement and some type of manipulation. It didn't work. We stayed true. We stayed focused on knowledge, wisdom, understanding. None of the stuff that y'all tried worked. Why? Because we were over here trying to give understanding. We wasn't trying to understand nothing. We wasn't trying to understand nothing on YouTube. We were already giving understanding. So when y'all came with the bullshit, we were already on top of it because we were the ones trying to help other people understand what the fuck going on. Right? And we didn't care how many, MC mics y'all put out there. We didn't care anything about none of the other shit y'all put out there. We already understood exactly what the fuck was going on. So we didn't care about none of the other stuff that y'all put out there. Right? We were trying to tell other people, yo, listen, don't get caught up in this. Don't get caught up in that. We were trying to explain to other people the trickery, the fuckery, right? We were pointing it out for other people to get it. And we can go over the Instagram messages and show the different groups of people that contacted from Instagram. We can show the people that's no longer in the Discord that try to hide their pages. See, all of them created the narratives, and then when the shit hit the fan and it was time to show and prove, they all flip my dipped on us. Huh? They all flip my dip. They all disappear like, oh, we didn't have nothing to do with it. Everybody act like y'all wasn't there. Act like y'all wasn't in the Discord. Act like y'all didn't have nothing to do with it. Right? You say, you never asked me. One thing somebody said, they said, I never asked you to go live with me. And then you can clearly see a message back in February. It says, can you go live with me? Hey, that's why I never really, that's why I genuinely didn't give a fuck about what was going on, because I'm like, the messages show that you is a fucking stalker, my nigga. Like, I'd never called another nigga this many times. Not never. Even my friends that know me, the people that I call my brother, like they text me or hit me on Messenger, Instagram, and I might respond back, or I might not respond back. They'll just text me again and be like, bro, did you get the message? I'd be like, yeah. The only way they know I got the message is by my actions. That's the only way they know I got the messages, by my actions. My actions will show them that I got the message, because whatever it is that they're saying, 9 times out of 10, I complied with or let them know, like, nah, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then he tried to call me the other day, and this is why I say this is what got him caught up right here, right? When he told me to change the name and put Jaguar Right Clap Back, this is so he can know the name of the video to look for, Jaguar Right Clap Back. So when that one video got clipped, right, but the video on the other page didn't get clipped, right, that's when I knew it was him, because I didn't change the title of the video on the other page to Jaguar Right Clap Back, right? When we did the whole Jaguar Right thing with Sherelle and them, because this was on Sunday, March 9th. Remember, all that other stuff took place on March 11th. Right, the 10th and the 11th, right? And then, send me the video. I need to go look at it. I'm gonna start preparing my gags for the little clip that they were gonna do, right? This was all bullshit. This is why I say, like, from the very fucking beginning, we done put 2 and 2 together. You get what I'm saying? From the very beginning, we put 2 and 2 together. We knew the Steez. We knew all the players that was involved. Huh? We were waiting for them to expose themselves. We was waiting for them to poke their head up. That's how you get the RICO Act. That's how you prove that there's, more than one player, with one person being the head of it, and so on and so forth, right? So even when you look at this Tara and her keep on texting me, right? Look, this is the one she sent to Dana, I guess. You know what I mean? And he say, oh wow, whatever the fuck he talking about. But these was what was happening. This is the rhetoric, the narrative, the bullshit. And then you watch us point all of this shit out. And then you still got people like Maggie who's saying, Donat's a great guy. Why? Because you already bought into the music. The music that he's playing is the money factor. You know, let me throw some money this way, throw some money that way. Right? And then he's the favorite. Oh, he's looked at as no. Y'all looking at this all wrong. We winning because we kept our integrity. We winning because we have knowledge, wisdom, intellect. We winning because of all of that. We didn't fall for the money. We didn't fall victim to the bullshit. We stayed with integrity. We realized the image that we step out on is the image that they gonna hold us in. Just like all of these people held in the fucked up image that they held in. That's why they got knots growing from their damn head. Right? Because we knew if you step out there into that collective, right? And you step out there into that collective, the collective is going to recognize you for what you step out there for. If we step out there like a fool, we're going to have to play the fool. You step out there like the jester, look at the knot. Stepped out there like the class clown. And he's stuck in that shit. Constantly acting out. Constantly got to repeat. Look at Jaguar. Stuck in that shit. This is not it. If we want to be looked at, we got to be looked at for the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding that we come with. Right? That's what we got to step on. The fact that we always try to speak life into people. Right? If not life, we gonna laugh. We not wishing no negative. If not life, we gonna laugh. We gonna laugh it off. We gonna like, and that's what we do. They mad because no matter how much they try, they cannot steal the likeness or image of my light. They cannot steal the likeness or image of my life. They don't have the level of articulation that I have when it comes to words, when it comes to helping people understand, understand, or even overstand, right? They don't have none of that, right? So they sit there and they get mad at me for just being me because they can't be me better than I could be me. Huh? Did you hear what I said? They get mad at me for just being me because they can't be me better than I could be me. Right? And look what happened with Ray J. Ray J took off just like we thought he was going to take off in this particular society. After all of the bullshit, he took the Orlando Brown route. He started making clips, started getting his farm to troll. Right? Because that's all he did was use that community, the clubs that he got in order to create a wave around himself to manipulate the reality that he exists in. And he tell you he's a manifest sapient. Right? That's what he identify as, a manifest sapient. Right? So he's telling you that he's manipulating the reality in order to manifest what he wants. But nobody wants to think there's a way to manipulate the reality to manifest what you want. That's why they tore down the collective that we were building in the Discord. And by all means, if you want to join the Discord, please join the Discord. I'll put the new Discord link in the chat real quick. But we will be watching y'all, and I will be kicking y'all out expeditiously. Soon as the bullshit, you're gone. I promise you, you're gone. Soon as I see the bullshit, you're gone. Because I already know. Some of y'all gonna come in there with the same rhetoric, and it ain't happening. It ain't happening. We know that y'all low vibrational. We watching y'all. We don't want shit to do with y'all. If y'all ain't trying to pull yourself out of that low vibration, don't try to pull us into it. Huh? And y'all still doing the same shit. It's sad because somebody sent me a message saying that Murph was no longer with us anymore, and I'm still sitting here thinking like, man, that shit could be a lie, just to make somebody talk about him some more. You know what I mean? Like all the things that they doing is manipulative. And we're gonna finally hang up that damn bra, Jaguar. I promise you, we're gonna finally hang up that bra. It's over with. You need to go back to the insane asylum that you came from. Your year of reign is over. And get this fat neck weirdo out of here. All the drinking and got a hold of y'all. See, this is what I'm saying. They didn't want the petty pocket to still exist. They all paid actors. That's all they is paid actors. See, the petty pocket told it all. You see, even the QQs, look, the QQs that was in the petty pocket talking at one point, right? She said she peed on live and you can hear it. Odell asked something. She said, I'm talking with the president. Shaking head, sis, I'm done. Look, over here trying to spread the talk shit about other people, right? Look. But y'all telling me that these the people that, you know, supposed to be in the idea of whatever they supposed to be in the idea of. You know what I'm saying? Look at what she said. Now, remember, she went on Maggie's page. She went on Maggie's page, right? And said that we said all of this stuff. But look at how far she went when it came to hating on Maggie, right? And I never went back and told Maggie none of this shit because it wasn't for me to run back and tell shit like that, right? Maggie has daily repeatedly told viewers to give her money, major rain money to get her puppet shots, whatever, and get StreamYard to get psychotherapy, whatever, and pay $5,000 to Ada Santiago for committing suicide, whatever it was, right? Now, you see it says, I reported her for every violation and it is real. She violated every guideline. Even having an account as whatever 86 means that the real account way before the Black Owl, one or more valid because it, and now this same person that did all of this and went through these measures of attack on Maggie, right? This same person is now an owl. Huh? Now the same person is over there. Now she's an owl. Huh? Come on. Make this shit make sense. Make it make sense, please. Because it's not making sense to me. Huh? It's not making sense to me. We can keep going. This is like, you know, going back into the petty pocket is like something that we need to do probably every year. You know what I'm saying? Going back into the petty pocket is probably something we need to do every year. You hear me? We probably need to do this every year. And then this was the stuff that QQ was putting in the Discord, trying to get the Discord hit off. Look, this is the type of video she was putting in here. Look, this is her video right here that she put in the Discord. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Right? I don't know if they family, the same person, two different people. I don't know. Don't get me to line. And remember, we were the ones who put the video out there of real life production and, you know, the voice of Grace.
Right? Let me know about how society operate. That here's the Diddy shit going on without the gay shit.
This is your story, but I'm just
from this the police. Anytime going on without.
How you doing? I'm doing good. What's up? Building. Mental health therapist Grace, how you doing? Been playing around face, but hold on, one building. Mental health therapist Grace, how you doing? I'm doing good. What's up, y'all? Okay, hold on, wait a minute. I'm glad you walked in because we're sitting here talking to K White, and the fact that you're a mental health therapist, they might have known you on the couch, from what you did in the past and speaking to other guests. And I'm just glad you walked in because
shit, what?
It's mental health therapists we have.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with my motherfucking mind.
Oh, no.
What you mean mental health?
What we want to do is, because nothing is wrong, but what we learned from Grace is that she been through her own traumas in her own past, and she became.
What they got to do with me?
That's what we're about to find out. I would love for Grace.
You see that? Now, Grace will swear that she's not a part of the real life Street Star crew, but here she says she's like family, right? But she swears this is why I say these are characters that they pick to play. The same Grace that's laughing, the same Grace that's saying that, Sheba and the demons and calling everybody children. This is the mental health therapist. The same fucking game that Murph was playing, the same game that she's playing, right? They're picking these characters that they want to play. Do you get what I'm saying? And then every time that the character get exposed, they just pick a new character to play. Pay attention. That's why I did not change the name of his channel, so on and so forth, because that was him shifting into another character to play. Right? We pointing all of this out for a reason. We want y'all to see all of this for a reason. We showing y'all this for a reason. So y'all won't get manipulated by this shit. This is the Facebook track. This is Jaguar Wright's Facebook history. That's why I say when we had certain stuff in the petty pocket, they didn't want this stuff in the petty pocket. We was looking at it laughing like, man, this is just entertaining. No, this is actually fucking proof. This is actually a history. An investigator can go straight to our petty pocket and enough evidence is in there to lock up at least 15 fucking people from YouTube. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is why they want after the Discord so tough. This is why all of them determined to attack the Discord so tough. When we started talking about the ointment that Jaguar was selling, so on and so forth, the payments that was received to her Cash App, right? The history of some of the shit that she was doing from, look at what this say. This is ridiculous. Detective Andrew Bella is going to appreciate this evidence and Section 8, so on and so forth, right? We were exposing all of this stuff. Right? From Shelley to who else? To Ali Carter, to what else? There was so much that we were exposing in this whole thing, right? And then look at this. She's still doing what she's doing, which is whatever the fuck it is that she's doing. Now she's an owl doing it. So yeah, that's hilarious. All these different personas that we're playing. And we ignored a lot of stuff. We overlooked a lot of stuff. But the petty pocket was holding a lot of stuff. And they didn't want this stuff in the petty pocket to get out there because remember, they the ones that accepted these people into the group. They the ones that opened the door for these people into the group. They the ones that sat at the table day in and day out with the Murphs and so on and so forth and watch them manipulate and play on people and get excess amount of money, right? So when you got, all of this stuff showing up, Villalobos' body, which is a false name, right? All of this book writing, all of this stuff, we exposed a lot. Well, pointed out a lot. Let's just say that. We pointed out a lot.
You made connections.
We pointed out a lot. Right?
Sherlock Holmes did.
So all the stuff that was happening, we were just pointing it out. They needed to get this Discord down. They couldn't, this petty pocket had so much in it. They couldn't let this stay up. They couldn't let this petty pocket stay up. We was exposing so much in the petty pocket. They was trying to come in here and try to say a bunch of shit about anything because we was exposing so much. Look, we had family, we had all types of links in there. They were like, no, it's Discord got everything. What is going on? Right? We had the Bonnie situation with the text messages from Ada. That's probably what did it. This could have been something that did it too. The Ada situation, because the way that cookie crumbled, right? The way that cookie crumbled, and then all of a sudden, you ever notice how everything that we put our finger on, Danny or one of the other creators over here then jumped on it and try to make it theirs, right? With the Bonnie situation, with the Ada situation, even the Lady Letitia situation, right? Every fucking thing that we were doing, they all of a sudden started doing. All the way up into the Charlie Clerk situation. I mean, is that a coincidence or what? When we exposed Murph and put that out there, that became Danny Robinson's. When we, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. When we pointed out the shit with Lady Letitia, so on and so forth, that became Danny Robinson. I mean, when you look at it, we the reason why Lady Letitia appeared on Danny Robinson's platform, right? Because we started pointing it out. And then all of a sudden, Avengers to the rescue. Huh? Oh, Rocky and Bullwinkle mysteries over there and shit. That's why I say, like, it's a back and forth thing. Some people just want to be the only one, act like they the only one that's pointing out facts when it comes to Jaguar, right? Remember, at that point, Dan Robinson tried to make it seem like she didn't let anybody up on the panel. She don't just do interview. She don't just do this. Then all of a sudden she making phone calls to people on the farm. All of a sudden she calling people in North Carolina, making up lies to them. You know what I'm saying? Talking about this person's going around trying to steal black people's property and what? Where's the updates now, Miss Robinson? If that's your real name, you know what I'm saying? Where's all the motherfucking updates now, Miss Robinson? If that's your real name, Oh, Sylvester and Tweety mystery. We got a mystery for you to solve by November the 3rd, motherfucker. Since you solving mysteries and shit, how about you get this one solved before November the 3rd, motherfucker? Huh? How about that? We might have to change. Everything might have to change after this shit. Might have to change the Avengers name. Huh? You motherfuckers might have to change your name to the Decepticons. That's what you might have to change your name to after November. You motherfuckers, the whole group might have to change. Decepticons, assemble. Huh? Out this motherfucker like Beast Wars. Yeah, you're gonna figure it out. You'll figure it out what I'm talking about. You'll figure it out. Oh, Decepticonic ass mother. Huh? Yeah. When we pointed out Murphy, she tried to be like, oh, yeah, and we'll take it a step further. We're going to call ahead and make sure. Get the fuck out of here. All the way from the Ratchet TV thing, when we pointed out something on our TikTok page, all of a sudden Ratchet TV ended up with our shit from TikTok. Right? Y'all don't remember that shit when we pointed out the hair kitty thing, and then Ratchet TV ended up with that shit? How the fuck did Ratchet TV ended up with that shit? That don't make no sense. Right? Windsor then deleted everything that, you know what I'm saying? The Winsler Homeless Project done deleted everything on Murphy. Everything is deleted now. This is why I say this is more, look, everything is deleted now on Murphy. Murphy James with the Windsor Project, his X account gone. Everything is gone. In the wind. What the fuck? Huh? Yeah, y'all remember? Look, everything gone. It's all deleted. That's what they try to do. They try to wipe us like this. Try to take us out to the farm and wipe us like this. But this is a wipe. This is almost like the damn the one situation with the damn manager and shit. Like, damn, you mean to tell me all your shit, all your pages disappear? All your pages disappear? Scrubbed. That's why I say y'all really don't want to look back at shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really don't want to look back at shit. Who's in jail for DV? The Knot? Who's on probation? The Knot in jail? Oh, Ratchet TV? Yeah, you knew. Come on, you knew Ratchet TV was going back. Come on. After that shit with that little girl and her kids that wasn't his, when he let that Mexican woman come stay in his house and he had the kids in the tub while she was asleep, that he was supposed to go to jail. Fuck. His ass was supposed to go to jail. I don't understand what the fuck type of shit we praising in this world, but we need to stop. We doing it to ourselves. We fucking up this world ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We letting the people that are unjust and unrighteous get high seats and high positions and high, like, what the fuck? If we know they doing fuck shit, if we know how the fuck is that the person that they giving all the money, the attention to, the growth, the pages, come on. That mean they building the fucking monsters of us and giving the monsters the platform. That's why so much wicked shit is happening right now. That's why I'm glad the universe is involved. That's why I'm glad 3i Atlas is sending, different types of frequencies and, working with the sun to send frequencies down here in order to change the minds of so many people. Yes, everybody's not going to make it, but shit, we're not making it now. If you ask me, you know what I'm saying? If you ask me, we're not making it now. So if you tell me that the world is going to change and everybody's not going to make it, but we're going to be forced into a 5D verse where people are going to have to think, beyond themselves and have to be more caring, and everybody's not going to make cool. Because I realize now everybody can't make it, not in the form that they're in. Some of y'all can't make it with the habits that y'all created. Some of y'all are not going to make it with the habits that y'all created. So I'm all for it. Fuck it. And some people energy got to be transferred. Not everybody going to make it. I get it. Everybody can't exist in the new universe. I get it. I get it now. So for the people that couldn't get right with themselves, couldn't get their digestive system properly, couldn't, obtain the right whatever in order to maintain the new sun, well, fuck it. Let the sun do what the sun gonna do, right? And the people that gotta go hide underground or be scared or do whatever, get the fuck on. Go do whatever you gonna do. Because at this time, right now, you can't do shit. The vibrational frequency of this plane is changing. The universe is changing. Something is changing, and you can't do shit. And you mad that you can't do nothing. That's why you got low vibrational entities like Jaguar Wright, who knows within inside her heart she's not coming back after this return. She's not. A lot of these Luciferian, the real Luciferian energy, not the light beings that they made y'all think is Luciferian, the real reptilian shapeshifters, right? The ones who figured out how to hide, right? Within the mindset of the multitude, lust, greed, gluttony, all the things that they hiding behind. You know who they are. You see them. They're eating with their hands. They're farting. They're making all of the animalistic things seem like it's the righteous thing to go back into doing, right? You see Jaguar start a whole cooking show. She's sucking on her fingers, ain't pull out no seasoning, ain't name brand nothing. How the fuck is we going back into ignorance and we praising ignorance and making that shit seem cool? That's the grapevine effect. Y'all falling right back for the grapevine. Our grandmoms and them fell for it. That's why they got stuck watching fucking Days of Our Lives, As the World Turned, shit like that. Raucous Texas Ranger, all of that dumb shit. That's why they got stuck watching that shit, because they fell into the grapevine. They sitting there whispering, oh, did you hear this? Did you hear that? Did you hear this? Did you hear that? And everybody falling for the grapevine. Y'all ain't looking at people's actions and how their actions are actually showing what they truly are. Actions are showing certain things right now. Yes, words are being manipulated. There's a spell that's in the word, and everybody's a part of the spell. Everybody's playing into the spell. Even the political stuff that's going on right now is playing into the spell, right? So everything that's happening right now is exactly what we said was going to happen. It is happening exactly like we said it was going to happen, especially if you go back and look at everything that we said was going to happen. Go back and look at everything we said was going to happen, from the Courtney Burgess thing to the whole, you're going to be shocked when the results come out with P. Diddy, right? It's not going to be what y'all think it's going to be in March. And then when March came up, exactly what we said was happening, happened, right? Jaguar get pulled into the implementation of the bullshit that's going on, right? And then she has to go on hush mode for a while. She can't go up on Maggie's page no more, so she ain't got a place to go anymore. She ain't jumping from page to page anymore, right? Jaguar, where you at now? You pop up on people's page. At one point, y'all was whispering, I want and face that Ralph DaWise guy. I went up on his page. Yeah, I did. I went and faced him. Huh? All this weird ass shit. Y'all knew what the fuck it was the moment I came over here. Y'all knew what it was. Y'all knew that a light had been shined on y'all. And y'all was distracted so much that they couldn't get you to focus back on what they wanted you to focus on. They couldn't get you to focus back on what they wanted you to focus on, Jaguar, because you were stuck on the light. That's why you couldn't stop talking about me. You were stuck on the light. They was telling you, like, don't even mention his name. Don't even say his name. You were stuck. They had to start using the other people to send them after me. Maggie, Lady Letitia, Danny Robinson, AT2. They had to start using all the other players that was involved. Hell, if we would have kept going, fucking Whack 100 or Ray J themselves would have had to motherfucking AT&T us. You get what I'm saying? Because we was pointing out so much. The RICO investigations that's going on, the real reason why Ray J don't fuck with his sisters, and the real reason why Brandy and them don't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Ray J was one of the little peons that they used for the older women back in the day in the 90s. Remember, he said ass has been taken since the 90s. You know, Ray J know a lot of shit that he not really speaking on. Let him sit down with a real person that know the history of hip hop and what the fuck been going on from him and Whitney Houston was supposed to come out as a couple, as a power couple. Yeah. And he unalived her. I said it. You was the last one she seen. A note was passed to Brandy, to you. A note was passed from Whitney Houston to Brandy. Nobody knows what that note said. Probably was tell Ray J to meet me upstairs. Huh? Y'all kept the party going. Y'all used her death and the energy of it for whatever y'all wanted to use it for, manipulation. Y'all keep doing this shit. Y'all always try to get us, manipulate us, and then when the time comes, y'all break that fucking ban and use the power of that energy to create the reality that y'all want. And y'all been doing this shit. The Muslims call it lush energy. That's why they keep warring and fighting over there, because all the lies that keep on, you know, coming up, they're using that energy to manipulate. Now, the people of America might not greatly understand this energy, and that's why we're being manipulated the most. The energy that we think that's going on is manipulated by money magic. So we're stuck in this whole money magic manipulation thing. And that's why Trump is able to be used by those with money. This is why everything that he talks about has money in it. How the freak is you talking about $350 billion in trade, and you changed us to, you know, defense, from defense to war, Department of War, and we ain't even got no money to pay for the damn government. How the fuck is we so powerful and we can't even pay for our government? We about to take an outside loan for that, talking about we know some rich people that's going to give us the money to pay for our military. What the fuck is you talking about? If somebody else paid for our military, then that means that person owns the military. Don't you know the manipulation of money is on ownership and rights? So as soon as you take the money for our military, someone else is in charge of our fucking military through the rights of a money transaction. But no, we're going to let somebody else pay for our fucking military after this man just told us he had $350 billion coming in from this place, and supposedly over 600 something billion dollars coming in from all the techs that's around us. How the fuck all these billions coming in and we can't pay for our government? If Apple just gave a donation, if fucking all of these people that sat down at that table gave donations and gave up, Apple, how much are you going to donate? Macintosh, how much is you going to donate? What the fuck was all that money talk for then? How the fuck we talking money and broke? Huh? Riddle me that. How the fuck is we talking money and broke? Our government said now we the laughing stock. Even third world countries is laughing at us. Them motherfuckers walking around with big ass rice bowls on their head, traveling back and forth from the lake, talking about something. You hear what's going on in America? Motherfuckers stomping their foot in peyote right now, laughing at us. Motherfuckers in China eating motherfucking sewer oil off of the top of doo-doo, laughing at us. We look dumb. Fucking Trump becoming best friends. Oh, we best friends. I thought we was a Christian-based society. How the fuck we a Christian-based society if the leader of that society is best friends with the Muslims who don't believe in Jesus? What the fuck is going on? We is upside down, backwards, and turned every which way. Y'all motherfuckers, they took out Charlie Clerk, who was literally a representation of the biblical text, right? And now all of a sudden, you know, our president just rubbing shoulders and Muslim best friends, Allah Akbar. Next thing you know, he gonna take his shahada next year. Huh? President Trump about to take his shahada. This is a humiliation ritual. This is bullshit. That's what I'm putting in my title. As soon as I figure, I don't know how to spell it. You ain't got no type of motherfucking freedom of speech around here, to be honest with y'all. This shit ain't freedom of speech if y'all really think about it. Ain't nothing free about speaking. Nothing. Now let's listen how Jaguar exposed herself.
Came to me, welcome. Oh wow, to the right experience. Oh, you in? You all the way in. You got the access. Because the right experience is about to evolve.
Is it?
And all of you that are there are going to get a special treatment.
Is it?
Oh, and by the way, Dory Davis, I'm giving you no t-shirt. You want it back?
Motherfucker, banana behind your ass. Is that a banana back there? Motherfucker, banana back there look like it evolved.
Didn't want nothing to do with it. I said, you know what? I think we should all fall back and just see how this plays out. Don't think it's gonna go well. And they were insistent that I needed to check it out, and I said, okay, I'll check it out, but I ain't fucking with it. So,
Where is that?
not YouTube, TikTok. She said there were people at her door. She said an exterminator that wasn't an exterminator came to her home. She said she was in danger. Now, I could have said, well, I prayed for you and log the fuck off. But I asked her, are you truly in danger? Are you telling me now in front of this live audience you're in danger? And she said, yes. I said, you're in Detroit? She said, yes. I said, I can have somebody to you in 45 minutes or less.
Now listen to what's happening, right? She's all the way in DeSoto. The person she's talking about is Legina Gold in Detroit, right? But she telling Gina, I can have somebody to you in 45 minutes or less, right? Now, isn't this ironic? In Detroit, I can have somebody to you in 45 minutes or less. Is this the same Detroit that a Freeman Farm is at, where all these parties take place with kids and so on and so forth? Jaguar, right? I mean, I remember Danny Robinson asking Freeman if he knew Jaguar, right? And Freeman said, I know of her. I be watching her, so on and so forth. But when I was making the connections in Detroit, everybody tried to overlook it and make it seem like it couldn't be no motherfucking connections with nobody in Detroit. Huh? But here we go. Another situation where people was knocking on Legina Gold's door in Detroit, pretending to be exterminators and so on and so forth. Ironically, Char's in the same situation right now where people are knocking and coming over, pretending to install fire alarms and so on and so forth. Oh my God. Same type of fucking scenario going on where? In Michigan. Same area. Oh my goodness. This shit is starting to seem like, who did it and why? How many people involved? How many of y'all is it? Huh? I mean, shit, since we in the world of conspiracy theorists, let's put some shit together that's coming out of y'all own fucking mouths, right? And then when the truth come out and we find out that Danny Robinson lives in Detroit or somewhere in Michigan, then what? Then what? Then it's my. Right? This is where she plays cleanup, because she's got to prove that she didn't traffic nobody. She's got to prove that she didn't, move these girls from state to state, right? So she's trying to cover her ass now. Now that she's been watching my live, she's been in my bushes, she realized that people are putting this together a lot more than what she thought. Like, damn, they're actually putting this together, right? So now that it's all this back end connection with emails, Cash Apps, PayPal, all these transactions, digital footprints. Now she wants to go live and clean up all the fuckery. Now she got to go live and say, I never was a part of the Nature Boy group. I never was a part of Carbon Nature. I got they were brought to me, so on and so forth. Now she's gonna try to clean everything up because she's in. Oh, and I don't know, maybe tomorrow afternoon or something like that. Tomorrow we're gonna watch the 6 hour live. You remember the 6 hour live that Jaguar deleted after we was, watching it? We still got a copy of it. It makes us the sole copy holder of that live. So we're going to go back and listen to that live, the 6 hour live, where she's implementing Tokyo Tony and other people as to say that they introduced her to Nature Boy and so on and so forth. And remember, when you go back to it, she used to mess with certain people's kids who is also connected to these said groups, right? So Jaguar has a history of picking up from these groups that practice Baphomet type activity, right? And let's not bring the kids involved, the manipulation of spectrum-based kids. The fact that Jaguar said she like a kid to be 6 years old. After 6 years old, they start going to school and thinking for themselves and stuff, right? So she wants you to be dumb, right? And look at the spectrum-based youth, right? Y'all forgot that she was going to blame everything on Ronnie Bo. Remember, she said that Ronnie Bo sent that autistic girl to the news to report that Jay-Z did something more heinous than R. Kelly, and they made the age bracket what the age bracket was because what R. Kelly got hit with. Y'all don't remember that? And the emails went out to so many people, right? Y'all don't remember that? Why would Jaguar send out a message like that? Why would she say that Ronnie Bo? And I want you to know the area that autistic person was from happens to be the same stomping grounds that Jaguar is in, right? That Arizona stomping ground, so on and so forth, where she's traveling up and down the highway, hiding at the fucking truck stops over there, right? Y'all don't remember that? See, they want a motherfucker like me out the way because my memory's so good. I ain't got to dig back or go back and rewatch something. This shit is all in my head already, right? Up and down the highway between New Orleans and LA, wherever the fuck, Texas and LA, because you gotta go through these areas over there. You gotta go through those areas in my bushes. So now that she knows that somebody with a real mind is actually, talking about this, someone is actually adding logic to this. The facts are not adding up. So many things are, coming into play. Now she's trying to clean it all up. I never, took Legina Gold from Detroit. I gave the money to Genesis, and Genesis did all the transporting, right? This is how a mastermind always keep that plausible deniability. So by just not, I didn't know that they were going to get it. Someone asked me for some money. I gave them money. I didn't know what it was for. This is called plausible deniability, how you always pass the buck to somebody else. This is called passing the buck. So she always got somebody that did the job. And she just, I didn't know nothing. Like Wolf Coochie gonna be the next one. He don't even know it. Because she gonna be like, I didn't know nothing about what he was using my money for. I didn't know he was using the money to flip, drugs. I thought that the money was going to a good cause and we were saving it up and actually using it for what. Look, after I said all of this, they couldn't go through with the narrative that they wanted to go through with. She couldn't break up with Wolf Coochie how she wanted to break up with Wolf Coochie. You know what I'm saying? They had to continue their book. Listen, I want y'all to think about it. Like after we started exposing a lot of this shit, they couldn't, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't allow it to play out how we were saying it because we were pointing out so much shit. Remember, at one point, big homie CC thought that we were a part of WAC 100's camp because when we came out and started saying shit, he said that he only told WAC 100 this stuff, right? He was like, they saying the stuff that I only said to you. And that's why he went back to Whack 100 and was telling Whack 100, like, yo, who's this Ralph character that you and Los and them, like, what the fuck is you talking about, bro? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, he's saying shit that I only said to you. Blah, 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 blah. Like, yo, this is the shit that we were pointing out. This is why they can't stand us over here. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, even if we go back and just analyze our own videos, we can go back and just look at our own shit, and we probably got 6 months of content. Was using it for plausible deniability.
I had something set up for her. She said she had to leave right then. I was still in association with Monica Lockett, also known as DJ Genesis. I call her the Milk Cat. I asked her if she knew anybody that could go get the girl. I said she's an adult and she has to move around of her own volition and own accord. I will not buy a ticket. I won't send anyone physically, but if she needs a ride, I need you to send somebody over. I got the Cash App receipts from all of the monies that was transferred. People donated money live online, and we sent it to her so she could buy herself a bus ticket. I told her once she got to Texas, I would come and pick her up and I would meet her.
Now, wouldn't that still fall under the Jaguar should be hit with the Mann Act just by her telling that story right there? She should be hit with the Mann Act because you still provided a means of funds for that person to get a ticket to get to where you at so you can then get your hands on them. Like, and you're exploiting people on the internet with the story of her being Aaliyah's, daughter or whatever the case may be. So you are manipulating that said person for, unrighteous acts, unhumane acts, if you ask me, right? So you should be hit with the fucking Mann Act just for those levels of activity. And you did it by using a cellular device, which is a corporation, right? Which is active as a corporation or, a unit of. So she should be hit with the Mann Act because she used the phone for all of this stuff, even the money transactions, even the taking of the money and receiving of the money and giving the money to the person to get the ticket. It all was paid for through a cellular device, which is a corporation of the United States, and she should be hit with the Mann Act for all of this shit. Yeah, I said it. Fuck it. Put her in that motherfucker next to Diddy.
Now, what you don't remember, that was also happening at that same time, is that she was being evicted and she had to be out of that apartment in like 2 days.
Now, how does she know she was being evicted and had to be out of the apartment? I mean, you got exterminators coming to the house, pretending to be exterminators and so on and so forth. How we know you wasn't playing some level of fear in her life so she can run to your ass?
So she found a crisis and she hustled her way to Texas. Plus, her family was also trying to get her put back into the psych hospital.
Listen to what she said. Listen to what she said. This is how you know Jaguar mind is fucked up. She found a crisis and she hustled her way to Texas. Listen to those words. She found a crisis. And this is what Jaguar does. Jaguar puts herself into crisis situations because it pays on the internet for the internet, right? So when people see these crisis situations, it pays out. She did the same thing with what's the Johnson person named TJ, right? She did the same thing with Essie's Berry situation, right? She did the same thing with calling the police on herself at the hotel, right? She found a crisis, and through that crisis, there's a hustle in there, right? She says it herself. I can go out here and raise hell, and then at the end of it, just show them my card, show them that I'm crazy. She said she tell y'all what she doing.
She had already been, they had diagnosed her in January, schizophrenic.
Now, mind you, she's saying that she found a crisis and found her way to Texas, Dallas, whatever, right? But she's a law. You get what I'm saying? Now, the truth like this, you start taking this a forever young type of mindset. We've been going through that false journey for so long now. It's about time we wake up and actually process things with a new mind and, you know, take this journey the proper way. I'm trying to put it, you
Something triggered my PTSD.
what the fuck? Hold on. They try to say that you was bipolar, but it was trigger based, but it was only triggered if somebody triggered your PTSD. So you can have a bipolar schizophrenic episode if somebody triggered your PTSD, but you saying that you're not diagnosed. You diagnosed. You just diagnosed yourself. In that one little sentence right there, you diagnosed yourself. Did she not? One's in the chat if y'all feel like she diagnosed herself. I feel like she's just self-diagnosed herself. Shit. One's in the chat if y'all feel what I'm saying. You can't sit here and tell me she was diagnosed, I was not. She was diagnosed, I was not. They put her on meds, they didn't put me on meds. They said my shit only act up when somebody triggers me. Hold on. Your shit only act up if somebody that mean you diagnosed. That mean it was. I don't give a it. I don't care if you taking the same meds. Oh, she got to take hers 2 times a day. I get to take mine as needed. What does that mean? No, because she got to take hers 2 times a day. I only got to take mine whenever I need it. That means whenever I feel like someone's triggering me. What? Yeah, that means I'm not the one that's messed up. That means the person that's triggering me is messed up.
I got PTSD. C, PTSD.
What's C? What's the C? No, that's not acute. C, that C stands for chronic, not acute. That C. She gotta say acute. Acute. No, motherfucker. Chronic PTSD. That motherfucker acute PTSD. Acute. No, ain't nothing about you. Acute, motherfucker. There's nothing about Jaguar Right that says acute. You could put a button on your shirt and that motherfucker wouldn't be a cute button. Like, it's nothing about you that says acute. Motherfucker, that C stands for chronic. C stands for chronic PTSD. Chronic.
Her diagnosis, schizo. Now, I could have turned the girl away. I didn't know she was getting evicted. I found out later she was getting evicted.
Right.
So it was a nice hustle for her. She was going to be out on the street. She didn't want to go back to her family because her family was probably going to get her admitted back into the hospital.
You ever notice how Jaguar is surrounded by prostitutes, drug dealers, pimps, and people from insane asylums? So what was the hustle, Jag?
She got free bus ride. She got free food. And people sent her money on Cash App too. And all of the money that they sent me for her, I either sent to DJ Genesis to pay the driver and to pay for the food that they had while he sat in the car with her for a couple hours. While we were waiting the rest of the money to get her.
Right. Get her out what? Get her out what? If y'all already got her.
She come to Texas.
Hmm.
My second husband didn't want her around.
Right.
I didn't care.
Right.
It was convenient for me because I needed to have another witness because he had become completely unstable, abusive, and we had loaded firearm in our house. That's why I took Solar with us to Louisiana when we went to Shreveport.
Damn, look at how much telling she doing. This video right here, she should go to jail. You took Solar with you when you went to Shreveport. You mean the same Shreveport where Legina Gold said you was trying to get her to go down in the motherfucker area to do some type of ritual, and she didn't want to go down there to do the shit with the candles, and that's why y'all fell out in the first place, and that's how Legina Gold ended up going back to DJ Genesis and staying with DJ Genesis, and then you got mad because Legina Gold went over there and stayed with DJ Genesis, so then you fell out with DJ Genesis talking about something. Y'all must have knew each other this whole damn time, and so on and so forth. Hmm. You mean Solar, the same person that's connected with the carbonation group? Okay, so now you got Solar, Jaguar Wright, Legina Gold. Ooh, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. Legina Gold, Solar, Jaguar Wright. Things that make you go, How many ones in the chat if you having a moment? If you having a I feel like something ain't right again.
Because I wasn't a witness because he was bugging up.
Yeah. He was bugging up.
I don't know how that turned into me being a cult leader. I don't know how that turned into me having an affair with that child.
Ooh. What did she say?
What?
What did she say? What did she just say? See, this is why I say you got to catch her in real time. She will tell on herself. What did she just say? I don't know how this end up with me having an affair with that child. What? What child? What child did you have an affair with? What? Huh? What happened? Jacqueline? Tell us what happened. You ain't even got enough stuff on top of your refrigerator. What happened, Mushara? Huh, Mushara? Cream of wheat. Y'all got cream of wheat up there, Jaguar. Wait, is that Captain Crunch? Hey, that is Captain Crunch up there. Is that all crunch berries? Oh, Jaguar, that is all crunch berries right there. That is Captain Crunch, all crunch berries. But let's not get off the subject that you just said that you just messed with a child. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all catch that? Did y'all hear that? She said, I don't know how this got me. Did y'all hear that? Listen to this. Listen to this.
My second husband didn't want her around. I didn't care.
Dusty eat them and watch cartoons in the morning.
Because I needed to have another witness because he had become completely unstable, abusive, and we had loaded firearm in our house. That's why I took Solar with us to Louisiana when we went to Shreveport. Because I wasn't a witness because he was bugging up. I don't know how that turned into me being a cult leader. I don't know how that turned into me having an affair with that child. And the interview was about everything that happened in Shreveport. They're sitting right over there in real life. You can listen to what I had to say, what Sola had to say, and what my second husband had to say. The consensus is the same. That fool is a nut. He even sat on that couch and did a whole lying-ass story about his soldier story and when he made up everything.
No. I'm an Aries and a Taurus, but I do understand that all of the zodiac energies are inside the vessel. And when you allow your 13th zodiac, which is your Ephraim, it allows the connection of all that Christ is. You see these arms? That is not good oxygen flow, good water flow. Look, her forearm is the same size as her upper arm. Look, her forearm is the same size as her upper arm. You know how much weight that is? Do y'all know how much weight that is for your forearm to match your upper arm? For your shoulders to be evenly proportioned with your wrist? Do you know how much weight that is for your shoulders to match your wrist size?
Military? Put a 3 in the chat if anybody asked just me what they thought.
You know we ain't asked no damn just me. We don't even know who the fuck just me is.
Put a 4 in the chat. Nobody gives a fuck.
Oh, there go the nasty.
About the just me thing.
There go the nasty ass. I did. See why we want a collective building this shit. Y'all tripping out.
See what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
See how you come through here and embarrass yourself?
You see how this shit sound? Nasty as hell. But yeah, like I said, we definitely got to come back and visit this. You know what I mean? But you know, we can only do 2 hours of the bullshit at a time. We don't want to spend 6 hours on this like some avengeful people. So we're just going to do the 2 hours. Love is love. Namaste, Ashe, salutation, shalom, peace. Remember, one's image of oneself should be greater than reality. And if you haven't heard that somebody love you today, let me be the first and not the last to tell you that I love you, right? And remember, you know, you got to believe in yourself more than anything else. Believe in yourself. These people are fake. They're paid for actors. If you get caught up, you get caught up in the bullshit and the rhetoric that they come with. And we don't want to get caught up in the bullshit and the rhetoric that they come with. That's why we stay authentically us. And the Atlas family will continue to operate according to how they're operating. We're going over to TikTok to play the game for a little bit. You're welcome to join us. We're going to close out with a little bit of music. For the next 2 minutes, we got to stay with under 2 hours. So we got 30 seconds of music, and then we got to close out. Love is love.
Why do you deny me? You chose the lie created for you just to hide in. Why obsessed about surviving? Fighting over creation made for all to thrive in. When love speaks, you say you're listening. I wonder if you hear me. Love is love, love is love. Always is, always was.